Home. The dim morning light filters through the curtains, casting a faint patch of light on Marius' face. His eyelashes rest peacefully, and the blanket on his shoulders gently rises and falls with his breathing. You can't help but reach out and softly poke his cheek. Hmm, we should get up. Your whispers don't seem to have any effect. Marius mumbles something indistinctly and nuzzles his head closer to you. His fluffy hair brushes against your neck and shoulder as he tightens his arms around you. Let me sleep a bit longer. His warm breath brushes against your neck as you gently ruffle his hair with a resigned sigh. It's the Winter Wish Festival. If you stay in bed any longer, you won't have any time to prepare for the celebrations. After what seems like an internal struggle, he finally lifts his head from the warm comfort of the bed, his eyes still heavy with the drowsiness of the early morning. Okay. After waking up, you draw the curtains open. The morning mist hasn't fully cleared yet, but the winter's radiance is already seeping into the room, chasing away the morning drowsiness. An unexpected cold front makes this winter in Celis much colder than usual, leaving a thin layer of condensation on the windows. The paper-cut dragon window decoration you made yesterday is called in a perfect circle, its head meeting its tail looking vivid and lifelike at the center of the floor-to-ceiling window. The bright red color always effortlessly sets the peaceful and joyful festive atmosphere. Time really flies. The city below is awakening with traffic flowing like a river. Marius walks to your side and follows your gaze out the window. Yeah, before we knew it, this dragon has swarmed from the Von Hagen estate to our new home. He traces his finger along the shape of the dragon and using the fork on the glass, he draws a small dragon next to it, swaying its head and tail. It truly captures the creature's artistic spirit. With a smile, you draw a cheerful face with curved eyebrows next to his doodle as the misty vapor on your fingertip quickly turns into warm droplets of water. With this added, it's now exactly the same. It's surely a finishing touch. Now we can see that it's telling us I'm in a pretty good mood today. Guess we can't just leave him single. Alone here. You do your best to imitate Marius' strokes and, following his lead, you draw another little dragon. Is it? Cute. Alright, little dragon number one, take little Miss Dragon and go enjoy the festival together. Marius solemnly pokes his little dragon's head and issues the command with a serious expression. Little dragon number one has sent out the invitation, so little Miss Dragon. You hold back your laughter and gently draw a heart between the two little dragons. Little Miss Dragon said yes. Using the mist as a canvas, Marius casually draws a few strokes of fireworks above the two small dragons' heads. Since these two little dragons can't go out together to celebrate, I'll just give them a fireworks show myself. Then we should give them sparkles in their hands too, so they feel more involved in the celebration. As you speak, you quickly sketch tiny burning sparks into their chubby little claws. Alright, time for your very own fireworks show. You and Marius keep chatting delightedly about the two little dragons, their details becoming ever more vivid, as if they truly are about to celebrate the festival together. Miss, would you like to see the fireworks show? There's a special performance for the Winter Wish Festival tonight. Marius asks you while doodling. A fireworks show? Do we need to book tickets in advance? Will it be crowded? The image in front of him grows increasingly detailed. Marius pauses to think and then shakes his head. We don't need a reservation, but if we go there without planning ahead, we probably won't get the best seats. Hey, how about we just buy some fireworks and set them off ourselves? That'd be way more fun, and we can do whatever we want whenever we want. Like that. I heard the New Year's market in Sally's is quite lively this year. Want to go check it out now? The New Year's market not only sells goods but also serves the revived traditional culture, making it one of the major attractions of the Winter Wish Festival. Alright? Before the gentle winter sun has fully melted away the mist, you both lean close, foreheads almost touching before the window. The winter window becomes your canvas. At the start of this long-awaited festival, the dawn paints a bright and beautiful day. Cloakroom. After that little bit of entertainment, you head to the cloakroom to put together your outfit for the day. Once you've changed your clothes, you quietly take out the red envelope you prepared the day before from the accessory cabinet and slip it into your bag. I can't miss out on this surprise. You faintly hear a phone ringing in the bedroom, followed by Mary's muffled, indistinct voice. Hello? Okay, that should be fine. After a while, the call seems to end and his footsteps draw closer. Oh, what's the matter? Marius leans against the doorway and waves his phone at you. Dad called and said he'll be home early after work today. He asked if we'd like to go back home for dinner. Sure. Meeting Marius' smiling eyes, you quickly agree. Since we're all together having fun, let's take the opportunity to buy more holiday supplies. Yeah, most of the servants at the Von Hagen estate have gone home, so we might as well help lighten Peter's workload. As Marius speaks, he casually takes a coat from the wardrobe and hands it to you. Yes, let's head out right away. New Year's Market. The market stalls stretch along the street, displaying a myriad of goods. The shops on both sides are already decorated in red and festive ornaments, while the bustling neighborhood is full of lively chatter and charm. All the flavors of life drift through the air on this festive occasion. Whether you look up or down, the fragrance of blessings surrounds you. There are too many people here. Miss, hold on to me tight. Seeing the sparkle of interest in his eyes, you tighten your grip on his hand. Most passerby walk in groups, and occasional snippets of conversation about food, family, or the night of the Winter Wish Festival drift past you. Even among strangers, the warmth of the festival draws everyone together in shared joy. The vendors' voices grow more enthusiastic, eager for the colorful goods on their stalls to catch their customers' attention. Come and take a look! Essential firecrackers for the Winter Wish Festival! You follow the sound to the fireworks stall. Faced with all the dazzling, colorful packages, you have no idea where to start. The vendor notices and immediately steps up, launching into an enthusiastic sales pitch. Got the most complete selection of fireworks here. Why don't you two see if anything catches your eye? Or should I recommend some of the trending ones? What do you have? Oh, there's plenty. 5 minutes later, you both fall silent as you stare at the little mountain of trending fireworks stacked beside you. Oh no, it's even harder to make a decision now. This one looks pretty good, but Marius examines a style label magnificent lights display on the table and casually picks it up. It's so heavy. He sets down the unexpectedly heavy firework and picks up a few slender ones instead. This one's handy and all, but I wonder if the burn time might be a bit short. Let's just get them all if it's so hard to decide. Huh? All of them? Mm-hmm. I'll be taking all your fireworks today. Marius is still picking through fireworks when he suddenly hears you mimicking his tune. He turns to you, visibly caught off guard. But after a very brief pause, he quickly accepts this sudden turn of events in stride. Wow, are you paying for me today? I won't hold back then. His voice is drawn out teasingly, and you have to try your hardest to hold back your laughter. You may be smiling, but your eyes can't fool me. You can't even hold it together until the end of your line, breaking character and bursting into laughter. Marius, on the other hand, isn't affected by your mood and cheerfully continues the conversation. Well then, since you're spoiling me, I'll go all out today. No problem. Finally, guided by your likes and curiosity, you both push all your chosen fireworks in front of the vendor under his expectant gaze. Well, could you wrap this up first? We'll come back for them later. Okay. Amidst the vendor's continuous responses, he turns to you, his expression particularly radiant. So, what's our next move? You link arms with him again and walk toward the shops along the street. Fireworks, check. Now it's time to check off the next thing on our list. Walking out of the store, you anxiously check and recheck the exquisite tea gift box in your hands. Do you think Uncle will like this gift? Don't worry, this is Dad's favorite tea. Our gift will definitely hit the spot. His fondness for tea never tires. Even ever since I could remember, this particular tea had always been present on his desk. Once I wanted to show respect to my elders, so I enthusiastically took the initiative to make tea for my dad. I ended up using too much tea leaves due to my inexperience. It was so bitter that even my dad couldn't hide his reaction, though he still forced a smile and praised me for being thoughtful. It's hard to imagine how Uncle must have felt at that time. Chatting about amusing childhood memories, you make your way through the crowd. Back then, I would see that drinking tea while listening to the opera on quiet winter afternoons. But he never watched the whole opera, only occasionally listening to a few selected parts. If it was close to the Winter Witch Festival, a faint bitter fragrance would linger in the house. The air would be so still, and that scene has stayed in my memory for a long time. Perhaps because scents are always the key to unlocking the gates of memory, you see his eyes cloud over with the warmth of nostalgia. Wrapping fragrant sachets in red silk ties, we share their scents by winter fires. Ladies and gentlemen, please wait. Nearby, a vendor wearing traditional stylist attire cheerfully calls out to customers, interrupting your casual chat. Shall we go take a look? Okay. As you draw closer and stop, you see a row of sachet pouches hanging above the stall, with various herbs and spices neatly arranged below, giving off a subtle fragrance. Welcome, you two. Would you like to buy some traditional scented sachets? These festival sachets ward off evil, bring blessings, and usher in new beginnings. They carry very auspicious meanings. Different patterns represent different meanings. Whether it's for elders, family, friends, or loved ones, you'll be able to find the perfect choice. The vendor's slender fingers brush aside the hanging sachets, and the plum sachets that had been concealing one another sway to reveal their individual appearances. The aroma reminds me of that bitter fragrance from my childhood memories. Maybe it's because during festivals in previous years, we would also hang these traditional sachets at homes. Marius leans in closer, his gaze following the trail of sachet along with yours. But we pick one to give to Uncle. Marius nods and unties a sachet decorated with pine, bamboo, and cloth patterns, placing it in his palm. If I remember correctly, this cloud pattern symbolizes harmony between heaven, earth, and humanity, as well as longevity and good health. Yeah, the pine and bamboo should symbolize the virtues of a noble gentleman. It feels quite fitting. You're both right. Throughout history, people have always placed their wishes for family harmony and prosperity into traditional fragrance sachets. The carefully selected sachet in your hand is already growing warm, making its fragrance seem even more intense. Marius brings the sachet close to his nose and sniffs it intently. Then, with a slight frown, he turns to the vendor. The sachet design is nice, but this scent, may I mix my own fragrance? Problem. The inner pouches of the sachet can be replaced. You can mix and match the medicinal herbs and spices as you like. The vendor responds with practiced ease while displaying the neatly arranged variety of ingredients on the table. Although the stall offers several detailed formula booklets for reference, Maris doesn't seem interested in following the usual recipes. With practiced movements, he quickly picks out the herbs he needs from the array of medicinal containers. The crushed herbs and medicine blend together, releasing a unique, bitter yet lingering fragrance that perfectly complements the embroidered braid patterns on the sachet. There we go. This scent is pretty close to the one I remember. It smells wonderful. Looks like you have quite a talent for fragrance blending too. Seeing his satisfied expression, you deliberately draw out your words, offering timely encouragement. You put on a good show since you're praising me this much, shouldn't I? Here, let me make another sachet for you, miss. He eagerly moves closer again, carefully examining the spices before him. Can I trust you? Don't worry, I'll make one you'll be sure to be satisfied with. As Marius picks up the incense vessel, his movements aren't as quick as before, and he appears especially cautious. Regular scent sachets can be a bit boring, so this time I want to make you a special calming sachet. He immensely gathers some rose petals and places them in the incense making vessel. Since scents can form images in our minds, it has to match your temperament. A light, subtly sweet rose fragrance would be perfect. Is it really that amazing? Yeah, I think your image will be the first thing that comes to mind every time I smell it. It's like capturing my impression of someone through their scent. Marius begins carefully selecting ingredients, blending together spices whose names you don't even recognize. Fresh aromas gradually start to fill the air. As the scent grows stronger, you can't shake the feeling that something isn't quite right. He hesitantly stops grinding and brings his nose closer to the mixed spices in his hand. This isn't. What is it? Ah, achoo! Before you can even finish your sentence, Marius quickly turns his head away and lets out a huge sneeze. He immediately pulls the formula away from his hands and hastily closes the lid. Looks like I added too much vanilla powder. Hey miss, this doesn't count. Standing next to Marius, you can still smell that unusually rich fragrance even though he has already dealt with the combo. The promised rose fragrance is clearly masked by other formulas, leaving no trace behind. Alright, it doesn't count. Marius awkwardly picks up the measuring tool, looking at you with a slightly wrong expression. Love, that was just a warm up. I'll definitely get it right this time. Pulling himself together after that little interlude, Marius resumes his research with a serious expression. Lemongrass one teal, Chinese Anglica half teal, tangerine peel still feels like something's missing. Seeing Marius deep in thoughts while staring at the small bowl in his hands, you lean over the table. Countless fragrances intertwine at the tip of your nose, and with an exploratory mindset, you start looking for the most suitable scent. But the variety of scents quickly overwhelms your sense of smell, dulling what should have been sharp judgment. As you pass by a simple little jar, you catch a whiff of a scent that is both crisp and mellow. In that instant, it gently touches the softest part of your heart, stirring familiar and comforting ripples. Paris, I found a scent that smells just like you. You point to the spice that had made something in your heart stir just moments ago, even though you don't recognize it. Marius, who's been troubled by the other ingredients, raises his eyebrows and slightly and looks over with a surprise. Is this it, Patchouli? A fragrant aroma drifts between you, carrying a rich and irresistible power. But it smells rather bitter. I wonder if it would go well with the rose. Why don't we try it first? I think it might give us a pleasant surprise. Perhaps just like how he had chosen to use the scent of roses as the base note without any hesitation. When that fragrance connects with his impression in your mind, your subconscious already points you in the direction you should follow. When it comes to anything related to him, your choices always seem to carry an extra dose of unreasonable, heartfelt stubbornness. Okay, I'll give it a try. Finally, after being ground into fine powder, the different colored spices blend together evenly and harmoniously as Maris carefully pours them into the gauze sachet. You both fall silent for a moment. Without even trying to smell it, the delicate fragrance naturally wafts to your nose. You're absolutely right, miss. Our perfume blend turned out even more perfect than expected. Yeah, it smells amazing. The deep aroma of patchouli and the fragrance of roses now blend effortlessly into a more delicate and vivid scent, gently soothing your senses. As if they were always meant to harmonize this way, fitting together like a long awaited pair, lingering hand in hand. To get along so well. But after mixing the right spices, you'll need to choose a suitable sachet to put them in. Gifting a Winter Wish Festival sachet to your beloved is an auspicious sign of connected hearts and lasting fortune. The stall on the wings, smiling, gesturing toward you both. Of course, let's pick something right away. You find yourself momentarily lost in thought as you gaze at his profile, watching him carefully make a selection from the hanging sachets. Look, which one do you like? You snap back to reality at the sound of his voice. His face catches the light as he raises a few sachets towards you. The tassels sway between his slender fingers, the colors highlighting his bright, smiling face. I'm not exactly an expert on sachet culture, but I'm somewhat familiar with the traditional meanings behind these patterns. This one features a pattern of two fish, which usually symbolizes beautiful love, happiness, and a harmonious future. This one has a dragon on it. The dragon on sachets typically symbolizes the love between a man and a woman and is also an auspicious sign of peace and prosperity. And this one, you listen quietly to his narrative. At this moment, Compared to the gleam in his eyes, those sachets no longer hold your attention. No matter which one you like, I hope it brings you good fortune and peace of mind. Although a traditional keepsake is merely a vessel, people always seem to stubbornly expect that all the aspirations accumulated throughout history will somehow come true through it. On this annual holiday, you write your sincerest blessings with devotion. You believe that if there is truly a deity wandering the winter sky on this night of family reunions, they will surely grant all earthly wishes. Because look at the way beloved gazes at you, smiling as he offers you his warm, sincere smile. I choose I choose the two fish sachet. You take the two fish sachet from his hand, letting the pair of swimming fish rest in your palm. A fish journey and growth is too lonely, so let another fish accompany it. Year after year from now on, you won't have to face the storms of life alone. I choose the dragon design. You take the dragon pattern sachet from his hand, letting his eyes gaze gently, intently at you. The Ouroboros dragon already carries the mission of blessing and supporting the family, so let his little dragon be our guardian deity. Just like they are infinite vitality, I want to spend infinite time with you. If infinity is too much to ask, then let it last as long as your inevitable fleeting lives. The personally blended fragrance is like the final piece of the puzzle, marking the sachet with your unique signature. When we get home, we can hang it above the bed. Wait, the rose fragrance preserved in this form can accompany us to sleep every night, even in winter. A breeze comes by, making the sachets at the corners of the store flutter in disarray. Before you can even react to the chilly air, Marius naturally reaches out and adjusts your scarf to wrap it more snugly. As the distance between you closes, you sense his familiar warmth mingled with a lingering subtle fragrance. It's not really that cold. You smile to reaching out to adjust his collar. If we want to, we can try hanging different sachets in our home every Winter Wish Festival from now on. If there are warm, sealed memories from his past, there's no need to let them gather dust now. Just as you're chatting, the sudden sound of gongs and drums comes from the entrance of a tea house a few steps away. On this auspicious day, we sincerely invite everyone to gather. The night's performance, the classic family reunion, is about to begin. Don't miss it! Many people rush into the tea house with joyful expressions on their faces. Family reunion? Oh well, this should be interesting. The news of the show about to begin instantly turns the tea house into the center of attention at the market, with vendors and other customers at the stalls chatting and laughing together. Family reunion? I think that's the one that you used to listen to. Mary's voice rings out amidst the surrounding bustle, carrying a hint of calm contemplation and nostalgia. I once asked him why he only listened to a few excerpts, and he told me that he and mom would always watch this play during the holidays. Over time, it becomes their holiday tradition. But later, after mom passed away, dad never watched it again. But during the holidays, we can't help but miss those times, which is why it's like this. For me, the Winter Wish Festival at home was never an extravagant even while growing up, but it was lively enough. Because everyone seems to be silently doing their best to maintain this warm atmosphere on a day meant, fa- a day meant for family reunions. But for some reason, there were times when I couldn't help but feel a little lonely. After his brief narration, he shakes his head slightly and puts on a smile again, as if trying to step out of his memories. Before you can even process it, your arms are already lifting and hovering at his sides, like an embrace unsure of how to properly land. It was just a tiny bit of loneliness. Ever since I started spending the Winter Wish Festival with you, even that tiny bit has disappeared. That smile is no different from the one you know so well. He always stands there, gentle yet strong. Unless you've known and loved him, you'd never notice the traces of the years he's swam through. But you understand that even though many years have passed since then, the longing never stops. Time polishes old memories and filters out regrets, but life has too many facets, and even gentle sorrows inevitably reveal themselves in full detail at certain moments. Marius, I'm actually quite curious about this performance too. Since we still have time today, why don't we go check it out together? Everyone in the Von Hagen family has long since become neighbors with the bitterness of loss. If reunion days make it easier to relieve regrets, then maybe companionship is the only thing that can ease them. Okay, let's go see what kind of story my parents love so much. With a smile and a shared understanding, you follow the crowd into the tea house. Even if some rituals belong to the past, you always have the right to bring them back as long as you're together. Tea house. A cozy warmth greets you as you enter the tea house. People sit in small groups drinking tea and chatting while waiting for the show to start. Though the festively decorated tea house no longer carries the classical charm of tradition, the lively mood sipping tea while watching performances remains undiminished. You find a suitable spot to sit down. The tea's fragrance fills the air, and with each sip, its lingering sweetness gently soothes your lips. In such a warm and cozy moment, time seems to pause briefly, allowing happiness to spread without end. Actually, I've prepared a surprise for you today. You take out the red envelope you've prepared in advance from your bag, smooth it out, and extend it toward him. Holiday red packets. Why are there so many? Beneath his exaggerated exclamation, you still catch the joy dancing in his thrilling voice. That, according to stylist traditions, holiday red packets can bring wealth and blessings, and even bring good fortune to our loved ones. Each red envelope here carries its own unique meaning. Come and try your luck. The red envelope spreads smoothly in your hands as his fingertip touches the edge. I'll pick this one first. He smiles as he pulls away the red envelope, and you naturally let go following his motion. This one is a red envelope for health. Throwing it means that you'll stay safe and sound, free from illness and disease. I wish you peace and happiness for all the years to come. Word by word, you speak with utmost sincerity. The smile before you is so radiant that you only wish every word you utter becomes a reality in his life. So that's how it is. It seems like only with you that do I have a chance for 100% good luck. Holding the drawn red envelope in his hand, Marius reconnects with many of his backup options. His fingers hesitate as they linger over a row of red envelopes, playfully tapping each one in order without settling on a
뽑기는
choice.
느낌이 중요하죠. 이번에는 행운의 봉투가 나오길 빌고 있어요. 이걸로 할까요? 아니면 이걸로 할까요? 누나, 힌트 좀 있어요?
Playing along with his playful mood, you deliberately shake your head with a smile. Cheating, okay?
스스로 정할 수밖에 없겠네요.
The teacup sends up tendrils of fragrant steams, setting off the clarity and brightness of his features. Seemingly having made up his mind, he grips a red envelope tightly but doesn't apply force right away.
사실 누나 곁이라면 굳이 이 봉투가 아니더라도 언제 어디서든 행복하다고 생각해요. 대신 지금 누나의 축복은 나한테 더없이 소중해요.
The sunlight streams in just right through the window, casting a warm glow on his elegant, slender fingers and well-defined knuckles. As you meet his gaze, your lips tremble slightly, but no sound comes out. I and my blessings will always be by your side. That festive shade of red slowly moves from your hand toward him, carrying a weight far greater than itself in this moment.
그래서 난 이걸로 할게요. 만약 행복이 내 가장 큰 소원이라면 누나가 이루어줄 수 있어요?
Looking at his eyes and smiling, your heartbeat tells you there can be no other answer. Of course, this is the red envelope of happiness. I wish you happiness and success in all your endeavors. It's a blessing, and more than that, a promise, one that lasts forever. He should be embraced by good luck again and again, just as one winter follows another. More than that, joyfulness, wisdom, and fulfillment, each red envelope carries your blessings crossing over to rest in his palm. Shirara, thank you. This is the best holiday wish I've ever received. I. Just then, the sound of bamboo flutes and the plucked notes of a three-string lute began to play, drowning out his unfinished verse. Huh, did you say? The sudden background music drowns out the second half of his sentence, but he just smiles at you and gestures toward the stage amid the rising opening applause. It's fine, let's just enjoy the performance first. Theater stage. Faded makeup marks the passing of days as spring light slips away in vain. In dreams, I wander deep in that small garden. Peace eludes me, and who can I tell of my sorrow? When will this melancholy rain finally cease? The singing is soft and graceful, the flowing sleeves flutter gently. With just a glance, all emotions are revealed, and the audience falls silent. The elegant pentatonic tune carries on as the female lead appears with her willowy grace, instantly drawing everyone into the story. As the story unfolds, the leads meet in a dream. He refined in white-sleeved scholar's robes, she graceful and modest in a pale pleated dress. How beautiful! Each word flows long and soft, every note landing gently on your ears. Their sleeves entangle, and a fleeting dream plays out upon the stage. The tea house is warm and crowded with spectators. Your heart, drenched in the melodious sounds, rises and falls with the joys and sorrows of the performers on stage. Just as you're about to reach for your teas, Marius already refills your cup and gently pushes it towards you. Some tea? Watching him exaggerate his lip movements to stay quiet, you smile and take a small sip from your teacup. The previous act story ends sadly with the female lead, Cheng Men Yun, exiting the stage in a muted grey-blue robe. During the brief intermission, the audience finally awakens from their trance and bursts into discussion and praise. She left in the prime of her life, all for a dream. The story of this play is so immersive, I can't help but get drawn into it. When I first saw the name Family Reunion, I had no idea the first act would turn out like this. In theater, how can there be a reunion without parting first? After a brief chat, Marius gently tucks your loose strands of hair behind your ear in a comforting gesture. The rest of the story proceeds without any surprises. The two of them ultimately transcended the boundary between life and death, and after returning to life, They reunite in the mortal world. After several turbulent periods of war and separation, Yu Jiying, the male lead, ultimately achieved the highest score in the imperial examination, leading to a joyful reunion of the Chen and Yu families. Paint a picture of family harmony, where joyous feasts and reunions shall last for years to come. The final note rings out like a crystal waterfall, and thunderous applause erupts from the audience. That's amazing! Amidst unending applause, the grand performance comes to a close. On stage, life's complexities finally converge into a single thread. The guests in the tea house begin preparing to leave, filling the air with a constant buzz of chatter and the sound of shifting chairs and tables. After finishing the tea in your cup and standing up, you notice Marius still gazing thoughtfully at Stitch, a hint of confusion on his face. Marius? Hmm? I'm here. Hearing his hurried response, you can't help but lean toward him and gently caress his cheek. Why are you spacing out? A familiar smile returns to his eyes as he takes your hand and stands up, heading toward the tea house entrance. Just wondering why my parents chose to watch display every year before. If each year was like that, it should have had a different meaning. But Mary's voice pauses hesitantly, a trace of conflict showing on his face. You're not too fond of it? Not really. I know that classical reunions often need to go through ups and downs before reaching a happy ending to achieve aesthetic harmony. This family reunion is no exception. I really enjoy the first act, the one that takes place in a dream. I'm drawn to the emotional impact and the artistic effect brought by its tragic undertones. His eyelashes lower slightly, a faint crease forming between his brows. As his words momentarily stop, he gives a small shake of his head. But I still feel that this perfect happy ending is somehow a bit lacking. Such an ending still carries some idealistic elements, perhaps to meet everyone's emotional expectations. The ending, you unconsciously begin replaying the opera in your mind. Every expression and smile of the family lead reappears vividly before your eyes. And for such a woman who defied social conventions and bravely pursued freedom and love, her ending still fell into the cliche of finding glory through marriage. Thinking about it that way, there's definitely a sense of regret. But that's just what I feel. Regardless, the brilliance of display clearly outshines its minor flaws. It's okay. When it comes to art, everyone can have their own different interpretations. That's what I learned from you, isn't it? Maris nods, his fingers around yours gently tightening. Maybe I'm overthinking things a bit. No matter what, spending time with you today was fun, regardless of what we did. In this season of short days and long nights, dust already spreads as you step out of the tea house. The street lights flicker on one by one, stretching all the way to the sky. Just like every Winter Wish festival in years past, tonight's bright as the sky is never meant for the stars or the moon. Hey, I've packed everything out for you. Here are your things. Take care on your way. Oh, you two are back. You walk back to the fireworks stall. Having just seen off the last customer, the merchant greets you warmly. Sorry for the wait. Don't mention it. You came back at just the right time. I sold most of my fireworks and was about to pack up and head home. Here you go, all the fireworks you asked for. The one on top is complimentary. Thank you. As soon as you take the heavy bag, Marius quickly reaches out and takes it from you. me take it. Looking at him carrying gifts in his left hand and fireworks in his right, you can easily imagine how heavy the load must be. You tighten your grip on his hand, pretending to snatch one back. Give me one too. No, not giving it back. This meaningless tug of war doesn't last long thanks to your persistence. After weighing the boxes and bags in his hands again and again, Marius reluctantly hands you the lightest one. If it's too heavy, make sure to let me know right away. Alright, got it. Just as you expect, the two of you walk side by side, each carrying something in your hands. Alright, what were you going to see back at the tea house? You can tell me now. Marius blinked slightly, his eyes sparkling with playful suspense. Well, it's not time for that yet. How mysterious. You don't actually expect an answer right now. After all, you two are just chatting. You walk slowly enough to let all the sleepless lights along the way drip over your shoulders. The Von Hagen Estate. The Von Hagen Estate is decorated with its usual minimalist decor. After you set down your bags, you see Peter walk out of the kitchen. Master Marius, Miss Sharara, dinner is almost ready. It's not back yet, so let's head to the kitchen and see if there's anything we can help with. No experience can match the joy of participating in the Winter Wish Festival reunion dinner, right? Hearing this, Peyton smiles kindly and steps back with graceful courtesy. Thank you for your hard work, Master Marius and Miss Sharara. When you arrive at the kitchen, you find that just as Peyton said, all the dishes are already well prepared. It's so nice of Peyton to let us mess around in his kitchen. This isn't messing around. Look, the reunion noodles aren't done yet. After washing your hands, Marius enthusiastically rolls up his sleeves, looking completely confident. A string in your memory is suddenly plucked, and that familiar dull flutter of your heart instantly brightens. Making noodles is like anything else. Practice makes perfect. Let's give it another try. Okay, as you wish. The scent of flower tugs at your senses like a gossamer thread of the Proust effect. Time always feels both fast and slow, but certain moments remind you that the people around you have never truly loved. Hey miss, come check out my handiwork. Don't you think I've improved a lot? After fully fermenting, the soft dough is kneaded into a long strip, cut into segments, and then stretched and slapped with practice ease. How professional, Mr. Von Hagen. As he kneads and stretches them, the noodles ascend evenly between his fingers. You pick up a piece too, feeling the chewy strands gradually take shape with the movement of your wrist. The finished noodles lie neatly on the table, noticeably smoother and more refined than before. Looks like we've become quite the experts at making noodles, wouldn't you see? If you only look at his expression, that touch of pride in the corners of his eyes and brows might make you think he's mastered some great skill. The flower on his cheeks, like a cat's whiskers, reminds you of the small things you two used to do and are now doing again together. Yeah, that's amazing. You gently wipe off the flower from his face with your clean knuckles, preserving this small moment of glory. Marius wraps his arm around you, resting his fluffy head on your shoulder as his warm cheek presses softly against yours. There's still plenty of time ahead, and I've got lots of room for improvement. The water in the pot is coming to a boil, and the kitchen is quite quiet except for the rising whips of steam. You turn your head, and from this intimate distance, plant a warm kiss on his cheek, a promise of acceptance sealed with a kiss. At this moment, your window is but one light among countless others in the city, and you breath close together. There's an ordinary peace and a future full of promise. Voices come from the living room, and footsteps draw near. You exchange a glance, quickly dust off the flour from your hands, and walk toward the kitchen door. Hello, Uncle. Dad, you're back. You pick up from the kitchen as Austin approaches, gives us a slight nod, and then reveals a gentle smile. I just got home and heard that you're going to be cooking. I was worried you'd blow up the kitchen like before, but looking at this now, I'm impressed. It turned out really well. Hearing Austin sneezing, Marius clears his throat. Dad, you must be tired from work today. Are you hungry? Marius, do you want to showcase your skills? Austin's gaze shifts to the table. Noticing the water is boiling, you hurry over and drop all the noodles into the pot. Alright, I'll leave the kitchen to you with a peace of mind. After all the food is ready, you and Marius go back and forth bringing dishes to the table. The abundant yet homely reunion dinner seems warmly filling the Grand Von Hagen estate with a festive atmosphere. The fragrant aroma wafts over the table as the gentle clinking of bowls and chopsticks fills the air. Surrounded by family, you can finally embrace this long missed warmth and happiness. Shirara, can you take a few days off soon? Yeah, I have some time off during the holidays. You and Maris are usually very busy with work. I know you're both outstanding, but you must also take good care of your health. Please don't overwork yourself either, Uncle. Maris skillfully removes the heads and tails of several shrimps and places them in your bowl. Dad, have you seen the tea leaves and sachets we bought for you? I looked at them before dinner. They're all very nice. Marius, you and Shirara are very thoughtful. Austin smiles scantly, glancing at the neatly arranged gifts. Did you go to the New Year market today? Yeah, we were planning to buy some stuff, so we thought we might as well check out this year's bustling market fair. Yeah, the market is especially big this year, and there are many stalls selling traditional items like sachets. It was really interesting. The tea house and shops were quite busy. We even had to wait in line to buy tea leaves. It seems the New Year market is becoming an increasingly popular place, so the tea house should still be holding performances, right? Yes, today we happened to catch family reunion and we even went to watch it together. Family reunion. Austin softly repeats the words like a long sigh echoing from deep within his memories. What did you think of the show? With slight hesitation, Marius shares his feelings and thoughts from earlier with him. Dad, I was just thinking, since you and Mom used to go see it every year, it must have held a special meaning. But I think if it were me, I probably wouldn't choose to go every year because Mary's voice trails off with a hint of confusion. The dining table falls quiet, wrapped in the hush of memory. Maris, that's normal. Austin's gentle voice trails off as his gaze meets Mary's young eyes. Actually, when we used to watch them together, your mother also preferred tragic storylines. She said that from an aesthetic perspective, the dream sequence clearly had more artistic tension. Although it wasn't perfect, that play we watched during our first holiday together was what turned it into a tradition we've kept every year since. So, Marius, what really matters is not the contents of the play, but the person who celebrated the festival with you. Something is silently melting onto the dining table. After parting ways, the one outside the play becomes part of it, and from then on, everything feels like a familiar shadow. Looking at Mary's expression, Austin smiles gently. It's alright, Marius. Actually, both your mother and I are very happy to see how you've turned out. Emotions and experiences are deeply personal. Parents and children may think differently, and the path of life and love may diverge. But the act of trusting and supporting each other never changes. Trusting and supporting each other. Marius instinctively looks up and meets your gaze. Somehow, that moment feels unexpectedly long. All you can do is steadily hold his gaze. I'll make it happen. Before those words, like a quiet promise, fully land, you pick up a piece of steaming food and place it on his plate. The meals and seasons that stretch through time are nothing more than countless ordinary moments before your eyes. After a brief pause, Marius tightens his grip on the cup in front of him. Dad, it's Winter Wish Festival today. Let's raise a toast with water in your honor. Wishing you a peaceful and joyful Winter Wish Festival. With a crisp clink, your glasses meet in a toast. Year after year, these rituals you carry on always hold a special meaning. Austin smiles kindly. Through the steam rising from the dining table, he looks at you with warmth in his eyes. I hope you can keep walking this path together, facing life's trials with your loved one by your side. In a place farther than the sky, tenderness gently falls. Outside the window, a faint snowflakes begin to drift down, dotting the air like tiny grains of salt. After finishing dinner, you head back to the living room for a quiet chat. The fatigue and busyness of the past year quietly dissolve into the warmth of togetherness. Today is the Winter Wish Festival, and as your elder, I want to give you something for the occasion. Austin takes out two red envelopes and hands them to you with a smile. I hope that in the years to come, you'll walk hand in hand just like now, sharing life's joys and sorrows, fearless in the face of any storm. Nothing warms a holiday more than the sincerity of a blessing. It has always been that way. Thank you, Uncle. Thanks, Dad. We definitely will. Everyone, the midnight bell is about to ring. That's all. The TV is broadcasting the Winter Wish Festival Gala with passionate voices calling for the arrival of midnight on Winter Wish Festival. Outside, firecrackers burst all around, their deafening roar reflecting everyone's eager welcome of the festival. Go join in the fun too, take all the fireworks with you, and have a great time. Austin smiles and waves at you. After putting on your coat, you run out the door and dash toward the long street. Your chest fills with anticipation. It's as if you've reclaimed your childhood spirit. Orchid Shine Street. Thousands of lights shine brightly while laughter and chatter fill the lively streets. At this moment of celebrating the festival together, hearts unite from all corners of the earth. The sudden snowfall has already stopped at some point, replaced by countless colorful fireworks blooming across the night sky. Not far from you, a few children dressed in brand new winter clothes huddle together to set off fireworks. Their excited cheers ring out from time to time. Miss, which one would you like to try first? You pull out a handful of sparkles from the overflowing bag and hand them to Marius with a bold flourish. Start with this one. We'll split it evenly. The tiny flame in your palm dances passionately, shimmering with vibrant light. You wave it through the air, tracing Mary's name, only to find once again that your thought aligned perfectly with his. The sparkles glow lingers like faded ink in the air. Your names intertwine, burning together in radiant brilliance. You look at that guy and that lady over there. Huh? But they're already grown-ups. Didn't Mom say only kids like fireworks? Their innocent, curious voices ring out clearly. You and Maris can't help but exchange a smile. You watch the shifting light and shadows bounce across his face, making the smile on his lips look all the more endearing. Since adults can't play with fireworks, tonight I'm going to enjoy them to my heart's content. Me too. Little Dragon and Little Miss Dragon must be setting off fireworks on the window they're on too. We're gonna celebrate here with our share of them. The sparklers in your hands burn down along with your declaration, and you pick up another large bag from your abundant reserves. Now we can try this out. Marius picks up a fairly large cylindrical fireworks and weighs it in his hand. Small snacks. Is this the one that looks like a meteor shower? With a confident look, Marius strokes his chin. Actually, we bought so many fireworks that I can't even remember which one this is. Let's just treat them as firework mystery boxes. Snow still lingers on the heated platform. Maybe it's too stays behind to join in the night celebration until tomorrow. Marius steadies the firework and brings the flame in his hand close to the fuse.
조심해요. 멀리 떨어져 있어요.
You listen to Marius and take a few steps back, watching as he lights the firework. The sparks soar high before bursting, trailing iridescent teals like 10,000 stars rising and scattering, their brilliant embers drifting down after shattering.
너무 예쁜데요.
Our fireworks was especially dazzling. You hand the fireworks in your arms to Marius, and as they are all lit up, they carry on this visual feast against the backdrop of the night sky. The children's noses turn red from the cold, yet they bounce around tirelessly, their eyes dancing with colorful light as they chase one after one another off into the distance. Tonight, the fireworks and lanterns light up the sky like broad daylight.
누나, 행복한 겨울 소원제 보내요.
Marius stands in the boundless nightscape, shouting his festive wishes to you. Amid all the noise around you, his voice always comes through loud and clear. Happy Winter Wish Festival! The scent of burnt potassium nitrate, sulfur, and charcoal mingles with the chilly air, soaking into your senses. Your winter clothes are soft and thick. His scent lingers around you as if happiness is just within reach, waiting to be embraced.
아까 하려던 말 있잖아요. 이제는 할 수 있어요. 누나가 서로 다른 의미가 담긴 용돈 봉투를 주면 그에 맞는 행운이 찾아올 거라는 전통을 믿는 것처럼. 내가 아는 명절 전통은 겨울 소원제 자정에 사랑하는 사람한테 봉투를 주면 그 사람한테 가장 큰 행운이 따른다는 거예요.
Every word he says lands softly in your ears, leaving traces across your heart.
원래 행운이랑 관련된 속설은 안 믿는데 지금만큼은 이 세상의 모든 행복이 누나한테 찾아왔으면 좋겠어요. 누가 나한테 행운이 정확히 뭔지 묻는다면 누나를 만나고 오랜 세월을 함께할 수 있게 된 거라고 대답할 거예요. 그러니까 앞으로도 매년 이렇게 같이 보내요.
Marius pulls a thick red envelope from his pocket and hands it to you, his eyes shimmering like they are filled with fireworks. You tilt your head up slightly, unable to look away for even a moment. I think so too. I hope your path ahead will be smooth and clear. But more than that, I hope to share many beautiful moments with you in years to come. If possible, you hope that every wish you make will become a prophecy for the years ahead. The sky full of fireworks shows no sign of stopping, just like time which never truly pauses. And just like your story together, every time you look back on it each year is so full of joy it brings tears to your eyes. So close to one another, your voices stay within the world you share, treading tender words and secret murmurs, and a long shared resonance of your heartbeats. Miss, where have you been? I just finished shopping, but I couldn't find you and couldn't reach you by phone. I'm just grabbing 2 bottles of water at the corner. I'll be right back. There are so many people at the market today. That's why we're still waiting in line. Alright, don't rush. Take your time. Alright, the shopkeeper just said we're eligible for a lucky draw since our purchase met the requirements. Too bad there are only 2 tickets left. Left or right? Want to help me decide? Should I just pick one at random? Let's go with the left one. Hope Lady Luck is with us. Sure, I'll go with your choice. Let me see. Try again. How does a ticket like this even have a try again? That does seem a bit weird. Well, either way, the last ticket is ours now. What's the matter? How did the last lottery ticket turn out? Seriously, is another try again? Oh no, the shopkeeper already sent us off with a pitying look. Why do I feel so cheated? Miss, I need comfort. It's just a freebie. Don't let it bother you. Next up, we have more important things to buy. I got water. I'll come find you right away. Okay, I'll wait right here like a good boy. There's a stall selling roasted chestnuts right at the entrance. I'll go get a bag. Since we didn't win any prizes, let's use this to treat ourselves instead. Your shadow wake up service is now online. Good morning, Miss Shara. Time to wake up. I'm just wake up. Wait, hey, where did you go? Why aren't you at home? You were still asleep and I didn't want to wake you, so I left quietly this morning without saying goodbye. Don't worry, something come up at work, so I headed to the office early. But I'll be done with work in the afternoon, so I've already made preparations for our evening arrangements. Wanna take a guess at what it is? Could it be the Diverse Lantern Festival you mentioned earlier? Those tickets were really hard to get. Did you actually manage to get them? You got it right. We really are in sync. Not only did I snag 2 spots, but they're also the best seats in the house. So, Miss, wanna go together tonight? Of course, no problem. I heard the Fish Dragon Lantern show is going to be grand this time. It's absolutely not to be missed. Yeah, I heard we'll see fish transforming into dragons and dragons turning back into fish with our amazing seas. It's bound to be an incredible sight. I'm so excited. I feel like I can't wait to see it with my own eyes. Me too. But I'll probably be working late again today. Means you should get some good rest at home during the day. Once I'm done with work, I'll come pick you up.